Everyone assumes that if you have success, all your problems are solved. Well, for me, it did the exact opposite. It brought on an onslaught of problems. Hello, everyone. I am Vidita Naik, and I present before you the popularity paradox. On the first day of 7th grade, everyone in my class was discussing a boy who had left the school. One of my classmates came up to me and said, "You should have left the school instead." I remember that when I was in class 4, I got the majority of votes to become the class representative. Now, in 7th grade, when I stood for the election, not a single person voted for me. I was not liked by the majority of the people in my class. It's natural to be jealous of people who do better than you. However, the people who know how to effectively manage their relationships can make sure that their success is celebrated. My success was hated instead of celebrated. By success, I mean that I generally do well in all my curricular work, and I'm also good at the extracurricular activities that I participate in. I won many awards as well. The fact that people did not like my success was a huge blow to me. I felt devastated at the thought that I didn't have many friends like the rest of the people in my class did. I decided to try and become the popular kid so I could have friends. The general perception of popularity is when you do the in things or when you're updated on the current trends. When I felt I wasn't liked, I decided to try and become like the people who were liked, to imitate the things they did. But this resulted in me losing myself, losing what makes me Vidita. Also, because I could never completely fit that mold, I became even more disheartened. Once, I was discussing an extremely mundane topic with 3 of my friends. It was something like which restaurant who liked, or something inconsequential like that. When I found out that all 3 of them liked the restaurant I did not voice my opinion. It wasn't as if we were discussing a groundbreaking new law of physics. It was a completely meaningless topic, and those people didn't even matter that much. Still, I did not want to say that I thought something different. Even if I had voiced my opinion, I would have tried my best to convince them that my opinion was also a good one, when in reality, I should not have to provide justification for this. Then somebody told me that I should stop trying to copy others or conform to others' opinion because I was good enough as I was. I took that advice to heart, more like too much to heart. I kept this in mind over the next few days, and it soon became a habit to feel I was better than others. This led to me becoming too arrogant about my capabilities. I had a huge argument with a girl in my class because of this as well. Even if I didn't say arrogant things, it somehow crept into my behavior. Nobody likes an arrogant person, and so I went back to feeling sad about having no friends and also back to trying to copy others. This cycle repeated itself until one day I was miserable because of some reason. It was one of those days when you feel like a truckload of problems has run over you. I talked to a few people without the arrogant tone in my voice and without imitating anyone. I found that they responded better to me. That's when I realized the key. As they say, nothing in excess is good. Similarly, there was a delicate balance here. There's always an equilibrium, and I needed to find it. I needed to be me without changing my essence for others, but at the same time, I needed to be humble and change my behavior. I'm making efforts to keep this in mind whenever I talk to someone and to hold my own without bossing over them. I am now able to face up to the people I didn't voice my opinion to and proudly declare my opinion without feeling bad that my thoughts do not agree with theirs. But at the same time, I don't impose my opinion on them. Of course, the road is not so smooth. I still lapse into arrogancy sometimes, but my mother reminds me when I do so and I make efforts again. I've also realized that all the popular things aren't necessarily the good ones. Sometimes they may just be the opposite. So I've learned to sometimes turn a deaf ear to the beckons of coolness. I was earlier very sensitive to teasing, but now I am much more resilient as I've become much more confident in myself. Though it could also be because I've grown up now. Who knows? I need to stop caring at one point about what people say and whether I will fit in with each person's definition of popularity. Their perception of popularity may not be the right one for me. Here too, there's a fine line between not accepting any criticism and changing myself based on every perception. I know, I'm finding equilibriums everywhere. What can I do? They're simply too frequent when it comes to the complex mechanisms of changing yourself. I'm only tentatively touching the gears. Even that much is bearing amazing fruits. Since then, I have two best friends and a lot of new friends in my class. The people who originally disliked me are now warming up to me. Even the boy who had wanted me gone from the school, even that boy has started talking to me quite nicely. Of course, I can't change my attitude completely in such a short span of time. I know I'll still sometimes have troubles. I'll have days when I'll go back to feeling like I have no friends, 'cause my attitude seems very stubborn. But I'll pick myself up and go on because it's ultimately up to me. I have to take the step to change, and I'm sure I'll be successful in cracking the popularity paradox. Thank you.